How's it going? So this is increasing your financial IQ by Robert Kiyosaki, and this is one of the most important books that I've ever read in terms of my own financial development. And this book is written in a way that's really easy to understand, very, very simple to grasp. The entire premise of the book is increasing your financial IQ. So if you are in tune with Robert Kiyosaki, then you probably know his other book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. And this book is not the same as Rich Dad Poor Dad, as far as I could tell. But the nuances in this book are a little bit different, because this is mainly focusing on what you should do in your mind and how you should breed the type of awareness that readies you for the investing community, the investing side. So this focuses on your mental faculties. Rich Dad Poor Dad is important as well. It was written. Rich Dad Poor Dad was written in '97, and 10 years later, in 2007, the house market collapsed, and this went to show what he was saying. The controversial message in Rich Dad Poor Dad was that a house is not an asset, and that happened 10 years after he wrote the book, because the housing bubble collapsed and people were so complacent because they all thought that houses are assets. So that was something that was interesting to notice about that. So in increasing your financial IQ, there are 5 things that are spoken about in this book. So this speaks about the first thing that you should do is to make more money. So this is the first thing that you should do. The second thing you should do is to protect that money. Okay, you should protect that money. The third thing is to budget the money. The fourth thing is to leverage the money. And the fifth thing to do to increase your financial IQ is to get more financial information. So making more money is very important. This means that you have to increase your income in whatever way that you can. So there are so many ways that you can increase your income, like getting a job. That's a way to increase your income, because the moment you get a job, you have an income stream. All things being equal. And the second thing that you should actually do is to protect your money. So from the moment you wake up each and every day, someone is after your money, be it your landlord where you stay, or the bank if you're paying a mortgage, or the water company because you're gonna go and bath, and when you bath, the person who sells you soap is after your money. The person who sells you lotion is after your money, shampoo, everything is after your money. So you have to make the proper decisions and protect your money. And in the book, Robert Kiyosaki actually talks about how you should protect it from brokers, from barristers, from brides, because some people are like sliced in half in terms of net worth, because they get divorced without a prenup, because they were only married for the money in the first place, and all of those types of things. And brokers leave you broker. So all of those things should be taken account of. So you have to know how the whole situation is set up and how it's actually designed to work in someone else's favor. The rich get richer, the poor get poorer, because they don't have the financial IQ, or they don't understand this financial gymnastics that's actually going on. So protect your money and then budget your money. Budgeting is very important. And when you budget, what you're simply doing is making a design of what you intend to do with your money. So if you have an intention to do something, you have to make it plain in a plan. And when you write it down in a plan, you're like designing what you actually want to do and how you want to accomplish a certain vision that you have. So if you have a vision or a plan and you don't actually budget it, then this will mean that you will not be able to reach the heights that you set out to reach. Even Jesus said that before you make a house, you should first know how much it's going to cost you. So a lot of people actually don't like to budget, because it seems like the rich people don't budget, and when you're budgeting, it seems like you're limiting yourself. Budgeting does not mean that you have to live below your means. Budgeting simply means that you're designing your life as you go forth so that you know the first thing that has the highest priority, so that you can set out your intention, that you can design what you want as you go, as you move forward. So if you do not budget, the chances of you reaching financial freedom are very slim because you have to have a plan. So if you don't have a plan, well, either way, like if you're either, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. That's just it. So leveraging your money, and leveraging your money means that you're making money from something, so from a certain medium. So when you're leveraging your money, it means that you're doing something that will help you to create money without the necessity of you being there. So a person could actually leverage money by him writing this book. This is his leverage, because now he can make money without actually giving a lecture on this book. Another type of leverage is like making a CD. If a CD, but yeah, if a person records a song and makes it a CD, that's leverage. The CD is leverage. And another form of leverage could be like if you're an entrepreneur, if you have employees, those are your leverage. So leverage is the reason why a horse has more power than an actual horse's. A car has more power than a car has more horsepower than an actual horse's power, because the lever is there. So this lever allows you to change gears, to switch it up. So trading and investing and things like that offer you some form of leverage. So leverage must be something that you use with control, just like the shift in the car, the lever in the car. That is a form of leverage. So that leverage makes you use the car's power. But if you just use that car in gear one, if you know how to drive with the gears, if you just use it in gear one, you're not actually using the entire spectrum of the power in the car. So leverage allows you to scale, allows you to expand, and allows you to grow any business and any idea. So leverage is anything that you can do that will actually boost your income through through a means or through an avenue that lets you expend less energy to get more results. Just like when you use a lever to lift up a rock or something like that. And so the last one is you budgeting your money. You increasing your financial information. So your financial information is the crux of everything. So just running them down. So the first one is to make more money, which means that you're supposed to find ways, creative ways to increase your income and protect your money, budget your money, leverage your money, and then increase your financial information. So you watching this video right now is you increasing your financial information. And another way of increasing your financial information is going to school. Everyone is told to go to school because you're supposed to learn things that will enable you to get a job. That's the whole point of going to school. So school was invented in Germany, but in the industrial age, as a way of training workers to go to work. So school actually trains people to find employment. But if you actually want to create employment, to be an employer, then you're supposed to be a person who just finds information from every place in the world. And we live in a very, very, very peculiar time where if you want to be a genius, you really can, because all of the information is right there at your fingertips. And if you increase your information, you actually now have the ability to earn more. So your ability to do financial IQ number 1 is actually found in financial IQ number 5. So this is the whole cycle. So it's supposed to be a rinse and repeat type of thing, just recycling the whole thing, because everything in this practice is just the same thing. So all of them feed on each other. But you have to do this systematically so that you actually know what you're doing and you know the result that you're getting. And finally, just to tie it all up, this book speaks about integrity. So integrity is oneness, is undivided, is wholeness. So you have to be able to integrate all of these parts into one whole so that you're able to use it as a cycle. This is like an ecosystem. So integrity is very important because your integrity as a person is reflected in your integrity in terms of your finances. So if you want to increase your financial IQ, you need to have integrity in means and in action. So this integrity is going to be shown by how you are as a person. First of all, are you a person who people can trust? The whole reason why people go to a certain person is because they believe that what he says is what he does. And if I am a person who has integrity, it means that what I say to her, what I say to him, what I say to them is the same exact thing. Yes, of course, you could use different words for her or for him or for them, depending on the type of audience, but what you say has to be congruent. It has to be integral. And there's this story about Gandhi. That's a true story that I heard. There was a woman who had a son who was addicted to sugar, and she took him to the great Gandhi. He was a prophet. He lived in the hills at that time, and she took him to his place so that he could heal him. And then the woman saw Gandhi, told her problem, and then Gandhi's like, hey, I'm sorry, I can't do anything about that right now, but you know what, you can come back in 2 weeks and see me. And then she had to go down the hill, and in 2 weeks, sure enough, she came back. And then she said that, all right, I'm back and I'm with this son, and he still has the same sugar problem. It hasn't stopped. Please help me. I've come. This is my second time. I don't know what to do. Please help him. And then, all right, Gandhi's like, yeah, I remember you. All right, just bring your son here. And then he just gets the son. He holds his hand, and then he's like, hey, son, please stop eating so much sweets. Stop eating all that candy. That's all he said. That's all he said. And then it was done. They went back home. Then the woman's like, all right, nothing happened. I thought they were going to do something, like keep him there, do some stuff, but nothing happened. And then she discovered that the boy stopped eating sweets, stopped eating candy, and stopped everything. And then she went back there to tell them after a month, like, wow, it actually worked. I don't know what you did, but whatever you did worked. I don't know what it was. And then Gandhi's like, all right, yeah, I know that. And the reason why I told you to go back in the first place was so that I could stop eating sweets, so that I could tell him to stop eating sweets. So the moment that he was able to do that, he was whole, he was integral, he was able to transmit the same message to that person. So this is integrity in action. He couldn't tell the boy to stop eating sweets while he had a sweet tooth, So first remove the speck from your eye, right? The log from your eye before you remove the speck from your brother's eye. So that's the type of thing. So integrity is very important, and integrity is actually wholeness, to integrate, which means that all the parts are working. So your body works with great integrity, and integrity means that you pay attention to detail, which means that you know the little things and the big things. So in that sense, your body is an integrity, is a whole part. So which part of the body is the most important? So would you say that it's your mind? Is it your heart? Is it your kidney? Now the thing with integrity is, if I take away your liver, you don't have integrity anymore. You might say that your brain is the most important, but your brain is not going to work without the lungs. And if I take away your stomach, for example, you're not going to be able to function because of the lack of integrity. So everything is integrated, and you have to see that, or you have to realize that everything you do is connected to everything you do. So how you talk to people, how you listen to people, how you talk and how you listen, how you behave, how you act, how you treat others is how others treat you. So everything is always like that. So integrity is very, very, very important. And in this book, he speaks about integrity, but I think that it has a larger scope. Integrity is something that is of utmost importance in anything that you do, and actually everything that you do. So in the end, you should be able to find a way to generate positive feedback in all of your actions, and to see what your actions are telling you, and to be able to integrate all of the lessons that we're talking about. So just a rundown of the 5 financial IQs. The first one is to make more money. Second one, protect that money. The third one, budget the money. Fourth, leverage the money. And fifth, increase your financial information. Thanks a lot.